Well, good morning. It is wonderful to see all of you here today, especially after the events of this week. And a big shout out to those watching online, especially Bill and Ann Wallace. I believe that God puts people in situations where they can exercise their free will and decide whether they will step up and participate in God's grace, or they will turn around because they're too tired, or too scared, or unwilling to spend the time, the effort, or the money. I know that way back in 1958, God offered a dozen or so folks the opportunity to decide whether they would step up and help a young child that was in danger, or turn their backs because they didn't want to get involved. If just one of them had decided to turn their back and not get involved, I would not be here today. All my life since then, that event, folks have told me, oh, God must certainly have a plan for you in your life. Thankfully, Pastor Dan gave me the proper response, which is that God has a plan for each of our lives. Each of you, I know, can tell stories of when someone has stepped up and offered you help, guidance, assistance, or a loving hug that made a difference in your life, may have saved your life. Some of your stories you may think are not as exciting to tell as mine, but they are just as heartwarming, I assure you. Others of you have stories that are way more thrilling, scary, or exciting because I've heard them. This church building and this community of faith is here because for almost 100 years, people have stepped up when God has offered them the choice. They have reached out and supported one another, as well as the children of God surrounding them. They have been good stewards of the faith. Now, this community of faith today is uniquely situated to continue to be generous in its love, its grace, its faith, time, and money. Not only to maintain and grow the faith community itself, but to step up and reach out and welcome in a diverse and divergent community of children of God, many of whom are known by researchers as none of the aboves, the folks who believe in God but do not identify for many reasons with a community of faith. Surely this stepping up and reaching out would be kingdom work. While we focus these next few weeks on the concept of stewardship, remember that stepping up and being generous in our love, our time, our talents, and our money is a constant, year-round response to God's grace. We never know when God's going to put us in a place where he says, okay, you have the choice now to step up and save this life, or save this church, or save this community. We will have the choice to participate in the generous future God is offering. How will we respond?